Sometimes we want to organize an equation in a way that's more convenient for what we're trying to do with it. For example, let's say we were trying to generate solutions to this equation. X plus a half y equals 3. And let's say that the solutions we want to generate are all generated by choosing values of x. And suppose we want a whole bunch of them for some reason. Now, we could plug in each value for x and solve this equation. So we could plug in x equals -3, add 3 to both sides, multiply both sides by 2, get y equals 12. Then plug in -2, add 2 to both sides, multiply both sides by 2. Do the same thing with -1. Add 1 to both sides, multiply both sides by 2. You may be noticing by now that this process gets really samey, right? The process is the same no matter what value of x we pick. First we add something to both sides, then we multiply both sides by 2. What if there were a way that we could just do all of this algebra once and for all and be done? In fact, there is. How would we do that? We have the equation x plus 1/2 y equals 3. Well, what did we do? First we added the opposite of x to both sides, and we got a half y is the opposite of x plus 3. And then we multiplied both sides by 2. And we get y is 2 times the opposite of x plus 3. Or if we'd like to distribute, y is -2x plus 6. What's the advantage of having this form? Well, if we have this form, y is -2x plus 6, then to fill in a row in this table, we just need to do arithmetic. -2 times 0 plus 6 is 6. -2 times 1 plus 6 is 4. -2 times 2 plus 6 is 2. -2 times 3 plus 6 is 0. Right, to figure out y, we just needed to do arithmetic because we did all of the algebra at once. This process, where we arrange the equation so that in order to find one of the variables we just need to do arithmetic, is called solving for that variable. In our specific case, we've just solved for y. This process of solving for y means we arrange the equation so that two things happen. Y is alone on the left-hand side, and y does not appear on the right-hand side. This process is exactly the same as the process of solving an equation in general, except that instead of just numbers on the right, you may have variables other than y. Just to see another example of this process, let's say we have the equation 4x minus 3y equals 6, and we want to solve this equation for y. Right, so just as if this were an equation in one variable y, we look at this and say, what's keeping y from being alone? And we have this term, and then we have a coefficient. We want to get rid of the other term first. Again, we'll understand this as plus negative. Right, we have 4x plus negative 3y equals 6. We want to get rid of the 4x first. Now notice, these are not like terms, so we cannot combine them. Negative 3y equals negative 4x plus 6. And notice, since we could not combine these terms, when we multiply on both sides, we must be careful to distribute. We'll multiply both sides by negative 1/3. On the left, of course, we'll just get y. On the right, because we have addition, we must distribute. And we get negative 1/3 times negative 4 is positive 4/3 x. Negative 1/3 times positive 6 is negative 2. We get y equals 4/3 x minus 2.